To some news coming in from the international arena, where at least 100 people have been killed as Israel launched a wave of airstrikes across Gaza, shattering a fragile ceasefire that had been held since January. The attacks, which struck multiple locations including Gaza City, Khan Yunis and Rafah, marked the most intense Israeli bombardment since the truce took effect. Palestinian health officials reported that many of the dead were children as strikes hit residential areas where thousands remain displaced. Ajay on the telecast with me. Ajay, take our viewers to the details that we have, please.
Yes, the fresh attacks, more than 100 people have been killed in Israeli attacks, and Israel has once again opened guns on the Gaza, Syria, and Lebanon. These are the three locations where they have carried out multiple attacks, and according to information, the death toll has reached over 20, and about 70 were wounded in the initial figure. But after some time, when news unfolded and the detail came, that is what we came to know that about 100 people are killed in this fresh attacks. No doubt that America was trying to pacify the situation, and they were Trump was mediating between the two for the peace and ceasefire. But fresh attack says that everything is not that normal, which can lead to the ceasefire between the two. But now wait and watch is going on, because they have to see that whether now what will happen. There will be any retaliation from the Hamas side and Lebanon side, or it is going to be stopped after the step has to be taken.
Right, absolutely. Ajay, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast, sharing all those details. Meanwhile, joining us at this point of time is Colonel JSO, the international affairs expert. Sir, a very good morning to you, and thank you so much for taking our time and speaking to us on Newsx. Now, of course, Israel has overturned the Gaza ceasefire with the deadly strikes. How do you view the developments that are taking place?
Jai Hind Asawari, it's my honor to be on a esteemed channel. Right from the beginning, when talks had started and right for a ceasefire between Hamas and Israel, Prime Minister Netanyahu was against ceasefire because he knew that if a ceasefire happens, his position as the Prime Minister will be untenable, because the right wing will withdraw its support, which had already started happening. So much against his wishes, he had to go down to the American pressure and go in for the ceasefire on 19 January 2025. However, as the first phase of the ceasefire has ended on 6 March, there was speculation rise that Netanyahu will not let the second phase of the ceasefire go in smoothly, and this is exactly what is happening. In the last couple of weeks, the 3-4 strikes that Israel has done in Gaza, though the ceasefire is still effective, clearly shows that Prime Minister Netanyahu doesn't want this ceasefire to last long, because the more the ceasefire will last, the more his position as the Prime Minister of Israel will become very difficult. And since he wants to remain in power, and most important, he also knows that once he steps down, he'll have to face criminal charges. Already the court cases are going on against him in the Israeli courts on charges of corruption and overlooking the facts which were brought by the 7th October attack. So overall, if we see, it is primarily Benjamin Netanyahu who is not paying any respect to the ceasefire, though the whole global community now wants this ceasefire to be prolonged so that the mayhem and the destruction in the Middle East comes to an end.
Right, so absolutely. With that, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast, sharing your perspectives with our viewers. On that note, we are going to slip into a very short break. Thanks for watching.